Hello, this is the weekly meeting of the Phrancko Sweater Knitters, and I am Phrancko. My real name is Frank Jernigan, and I originated the website Phrancko.com with the unusual spelling you see under my name, under my picture. And with that said, let me greet everyone who's here today. Hi, Susan.
Hello.
Hi, Debbie.
Hello.
Hi, Wally.
Hi, how we doing?
Excellent. Hi, Sung.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Sumner.
Hey,
Hello, Ron. Hi, Maggie.
Hi, and Kathy says hi too. I got to see Kathy yesterday.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I haven't seen you for a
yay.
while. Yeah. Hi, Jenny.
Hello, everyone.
Well, how is everyone doing?
We're
Good.
good. Thank you.
Pretty good.
I'm
So,
starting a new sweater.
Oh,
oh,
I'll,
yay.
I'll talk about it a little bit later.
Yeah, the yarn looks really pretty.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
I'm excited to get started on it and see how it's gonna look. But I'll tell you about it a little later.
I finished my entrelac swatch.
Oh,
It is
yay.
Oh,
Oh, you have to show us.
Well, it's blocking. It's in the other room, so it's gone.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, finally. But I did want to do show and tell. I
Oh,
got that big, huge, I hold it up. It's super huge.
yeah.
This is the 3-pound cone of yarn
Oh,
that I got.
Oh, wow.
You can see,
boy.
oh my God, it's huge and heavy.
Where did you get that?
I
Goodness.
got that at Brooklyn Tweed, and they
Oh,
still
really?
have some available, the big cones. And this is the Imbue Sport, and it's a cone. So it's worsted spun. I got the color Boro, which is a really dark blue. This is actually showing pretty accurate what it is. It's got
nice.
a
It's
little bit of
pretty.
flex and
Yeah.
stuff in it. It's really
gorgeous
nice.
color.
And like I said, it is worsted spun, so it should have really nice stuff stitches. So all the fibers are aligned when it's worsted. So that's kind of cool. And it's supposed to be 190 yards and 50 grams. And so this is what a knitting naughty looks like.
Mm.
And mine is, I measured, which I should have known, but I didn't remember. It's 2 yards around. So that when you take off the whole skein, each round is 2 yards. So as I count how many of these little things are, I will know that how do it times 2, and that's how many yards I have.
And that's a sport
And
weight at that?
this is sport. They had cones of worsted as well as cones of sport, but I wanted to make the finer thing. Now I did get a note from them that said that they let's see, but the spinning yarn may look and feel the yarn on the cone may look and feel a little more stringy and fine than it's going to be because it has the spinning oil on it, and so you're supposed to wash it, gently, just with mild soap and water, how you'd wash your sweaters. And I'm going to wash it before I use it.
Yeah.
So that it kind of blooms a little bit. They say to do that. So anyway, this is what the nitty naughty thing looks like, and this is how I skein off my yarn.
That's
You could
great.
do it. You could do it on the Swift, but
Yeah,
this
I
is
did
how
mine
I
right on
learned
the Swift.
This is how I learned when I did spinning, and so that's kind of how I do it. But anyway, I went to show. I was excited that it came.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The next time that I knit off of a cone, I'm absolutely going to wash my skeins first.
Yeah.
They bloom so much, it
Yes.
completely changes the fabric.
It really will. Yeah. And I think I would want to do it before you knit it.
Yeah.
I mean, although it would after you knit it, but I think it'll give you a better idea of what it's really going to feel and be like. And I think it'll kind of change the gauge if you do it when you do it after.
Yeah. I like the
So,
cost savings of it. I like the quantity of it. Versus
well,
if it's skeined up, but
I may have,
this Go
I may
ahead,
have something
Ron.
to share next week on this topic because I just got 15 kilograms of
Oh.
cashmere on cones
Oh, wow.
that I am winding off and washing all of the mill oil and sizing out of to dye. And so I'm working up a swatch and several needle sizes of the yarn directly off the cones with the sizing still in, and then I'll wash
Okay.
that swatch. And then I've got some test skeins that I'm taking all of the sizing and mill oil out of to swatch that way. So hopefully I'll be able to show that effect because I just so happen to receive a lot of cashmere on cones this week, which is also exciting. I've got 15 kilograms of cashmere.
That's a lot to
Oh,
dye.
wow.
That's a lot.
Oh, fine.
You taking orders?
I will be.
What, what weight is it, Ron?
It is a sport to DK weight. It's about 14 WPI.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So we'll see if that changes in the washed swatch, in the based on like the yardage and the weight per 100 grams. It looks like about 260 yards over 100 grams. So we'll see. I don't know. There's a lot for me to find out because it's an Inner Mongolian yarn. The goats live in Inner Mongolia. They're spun in the mill outside of Shanghai. I visited with the mill owners who were in the States last month, and it was fun. But the extent of my Mandarin is, please come in, sit down. Would you like something to drink? And so we were working through a translator a lot. So
Yeah.
there's a lot to explore.
Oh, that's fun. Congratulations.
Oh,
That's great.
It's exciting.
That is
Yeah,
exciting.
I'm excited to hear about the way the yarn reacts. I've never worked from a cone before, and
Yeah.
you know,
And this is directly from the mill. It is still full of everything they spun it with.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to muting myself. I'm at the theater sewing up a bunch of Mardi Gras themed bunting today. So I'm at the trusty baby lock. So if you see me vibrating over here, it's not my anxiety. It's that my iPad is on the same table as my sewing machine.
That's great.
Is Tim feeling better, Ron?
Yes.
Oh,
good.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's finally cleared his illness. He's back at the shop, sort of working incrementally this week, building his strength back up, and he's back at it today. So
Oh,
I could
glad to
come
hear
here.
that. That's good news. Good news.
Yeah, it was
Very
it
good.
took about a week and a half to test negative and start feeling himself again, and
Mm.
a bad year.
That sucks.
While we're on sickness, my husband Andrew has been sick for several days. He has a really bad cough, but it's not COVID. And it is so bad we've considered checking him into the hospital, but have not
Oh,
gone
no.
that far
Oh,
yet.
wow.
But he now says he's feeling better, though he doesn't sound any better. But I'll keep you posted on how he.
Yeah, please do.
Yes.
That
Mm.
Yeah, wow.
is very, very scary.
One of the doctors said there is something going around that starts with a sore throat and a cough and then gets very serious, and people have died from it. But it doesn't
Oh
seem
my
like an
goodness.
That sounds nasty.
But of
It's
course,
not
we don't know
what you
what
want to
he
hear.
has. It's not diagnosed. It's just a cough. He did have x-rays at an urgent care center, and he doesn't have pneumonia, or at least he
Oh,
did
that's
3
good.
days ago.
Mm.
I keep questioning whether it's gone into pneumonia, but
Yeah, that's something to really watch. It can go fast. Usually there's a fever peak with that too.
yeah, he hasn't had a fever. He's had aches and pains, but no fever as far as we know. So
Mm.
that's enough about medicine, I guess.
Wow, my goodness.
Oh,
Well, thank you for your concern, of course. And I'm happy to hear that Tim is doing better.
Hmm.
Did you say you've moved, Sumner?
I am going to move. I think it's the first week of April.
Oh,
No, all
okay.
right.
Exciting.
So yes, I all like they got the loan approved and buying a house.
Yay.
And you were saying you have your own, you're going to have your own room.
I have my own arts and craft room and workspace.
Hmm.
I am thrilled. I have not had that in years.
Well, it's really nice to be able to just leave things
Oh, I do that anyway.
Yeah.
and not get comments from it.
Yes. And the spouse really doesn't appreciate it all that much, as I've found.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Things can be left, but there can be comments.
Oh, yeah, well. I'll usually have a comment in return.
But as my grandma would say, they got the same clothes to get glad in.
That's fun.
Cindy,
Mhm.
did you say what you were going to do with that yarn? Did I
I
miss
am
it?
gonna make a Phrancko sweater for my grandson, who is 21, and he's about 6'3",
Mhm.
and
Oh, wow.
so he's a large man, and I think I'm gonna do the saddle shoulder. That's one of the Phrankkos that I haven't done yet, but I think it would look really good on him, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna do a
Oh,
Phrancko with the saddle shoulder.
Okay, thanks.
Because I had done him a Phrancko before, and he wears it all the time, but it's way too small for him. Because it was like when he was, I don't know, 16 or 17.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I did it like it was one of the first Phrankkos that I did. So it's way tiny on him, and he still wears it. He loves it. So
That's fun.
he's definitely knit worthy. He gets
He
enough.
sure is. If he's still wearing it.
Yeah. But there is supposedly on this 3-pound cone, it would make like 27 skeins. So I figure I can make sweaters for 6 or 7 people.
I was gonna,
Oh, wow.
that's a significant number of sweaters. Although a
It
lot
is
of
significant,
sweaters are going to take a little more.
right? Well, and he was saying, it's like, oh, well, so you can make me several. And I'm like, well, I gotta get the one done first.
Yeah, slow your roll, honey.
Yeah.
Well, Cindy, there's 8 of us in this meeting, so if you're not sure what to do with this,
One for each of us, right? And if I start to run out, Jenny gets the crop top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I easily take up 2 sweaters worth of yarn myself.
Yeah.
That is true.
So with my packing up my house this month, I think I'll be making socks and then get back into regular knitting because boot camp is ending. So I'm going to do a couple of pairs of socks and leave it simple and portable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't pack up half a project and we have to wait for it to unpack.
So then, when are you signing up for your master hand knitter?
Well, I've got to move, so I think it's going to be soon.
Good.
Yeah, it's going to
Probably
be
right
soon.
after he finishes that hoodie.
I would,
Oh
I
yes,
would- I
that is.
would
You have
think
to do
that-
the hoodie.
I would think that's it because as soon as I moved, so I needed, I changed all my needles to Chiagoo search,
Yeah.
like all of them. Ask Ron. I bought a lot of them from him. With not the kit with the spin it, not the interchangeable ones, but the stationary ones.
Oh,
Fixed ones.
Wow.
Okay.
Because
The
I
fixed
knit,
ones.
the fixed ones, because I knit with 2 circs on everything all the time,
Oh,
even my Phrankos. Even my socks. Like this is a pair of socks on zeros with 2 circs.
What are your impressions of those needles? What makes you adopt them so enthusiastically?
Well, I like that they have a long barrel, right? So like when you're knitting socks on 2 circs, you could actually have something that's only 3 stitches wide. It doesn't matter, but you don't want them falling off. You need enough of a barrel to hold a number of stitches.
mm-hmm.
And then also when you're knitting on 2 circs, the length of the barrel matters when you do your turn. It helps prevent laddering for me because I get to wrap my cord around into the underneath the live needle so that there's no gap between the 2 needles at all when you knit. You just knit like normal, but you need a big enough barrel for that. Addies, I think, are a little bit too slick. So everything falls off like it's alpaca, right? Because alpaca is hair. It's very slippery. It'll fall right off.
Oh, it is. It's really slick.
So
yeah, I think it has a little bit more, like the Chiagoo barrels are by no means rough, but they have a little bit more of a matte luster
it's like a matte,
to them.
Right.
So they have incrementally more grit, but I think that's one of the things I really like about them. And the cable also can't be beat, I think.
Can't beat the cable.
How do they
and
compare to Hiya-hiya? Because that's usually what I knit with.
Hiya-hiyas have a slightly slicker barrel. And so if that's something that you prize, they do have a slightly slicker barrel, and the lace tips are incrementally pointier. Not a significant amount, but the Chiagoo lace tips are also very, very pointy. But the Hiya-hiyas are incrementally pointier. In my opinion, the asterisk, the opinion that's expressed herein do not reflect the opinions of Phrancko or Phrancko.com. I think the cable is inferior. It's a kinkier, more memory, less resistant cable on the Hiya-hiyas.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And
a lot of them.
as Phrancko, I will also agree with that. It's the cables of the Chiagoo that I fell in love with.
Yeah.
They don't have a memory. They go where you want them to go. They don't stick up in your face if they happen to be twisted the wrong way.
Yeah.
The cables are really great.
If you do something to put a permanent kink in a Chiagoo cable, you will have broken other cables.
You'll pull it out.
And that's possible.
Yeah, it's
the last piece on that with the Chiagoo is the length of the taper on the tip is significant enough that it allows you to size your stitch so you do not row out.
Oh,
very nice.
I would agree.
Yeah.
But of course, some people, the incrementally slicker barrel, or the slicker barrel and the incrementally sharper point are worth it to many people. The Chiagoos are still, people do prize those, but it's sort of what advantages are you looking for versus what disadvantages are you willing to put up with? But I find that the sheen of them, that more matte finish is good for me. The needle point is good for me, and I love the cable.
Yeah, and the length of them, I'm not cramping to knit. It's not so small. Like I've had those micro sock circular needles. They're in the trash.
I tried them. They're awful.
Yeah, throw them out.
I have a whole set.
I refuse to give them to anybody. It would be cruel. So
I like the interchangeable Chiagoos because I prefer the cable on the minis. And with the interchangeables, you can use an adapter and you can use the mini cables for everything. And I just think so that the minis, so I've got the top one's a mini.
Okay.
And the bottom one's a normal. And you can see on the mini one, there is just so much flex, whereas there's not as much on the ordinary one.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why I like the interchangeables, because the cable is much better on the mini. Yeah.
Oh, neat. Yeah. I guess you got a bunch of fans over here, Chiagoo. You better start sponsoring Phrancko.com.
I was about to say, I'm frozen. Do I look frozen to you all?
Yes,
Oh, you
Yeah.
do.
you're frozen.
I don't know
Yeah.
why I'm frozen.
Oh,
No,
now you're unfrozen.
Now you're back.
well,
There you go.
but you heard me even though my picture was
Yeah.
frozen.
Yeah, we can
Right.
hear
Yeah,
you. We
we
could.
heard
I
you.
was going to say that this video, because it's going on YouTube and so many people sneak sponsored statements into their YouTube videos, we are not sponsored by Chiagoo. These are
Yeah.
all personal opinions.
Right.
Yes, Chiagoo, if you'd like to sponsor us, we will be happy to talk about that.
Yeah.
However, everyone has opinions about their favorite needles, and I don't want to start a war on the comments, but you're welcome to
Yeah.
voice your opinion in the comments. There is no best one. It's whatever is best for you.
Yeah. And when I teach people, I love the prims. Those are amazing to teach people. The little dewdrop tip.
Yeah.
It just helps people like hold the needles and learn how to cast on and stuff.
You were
Those are
using
fun.
those for a while, weren't you?
Yeah. But mostly to teach, not like they're not fast. They're not fast knitters. Yeah.
I think that's one of the interesting things about like the knitting supplies and knitting tools, and the differences we all have, because a list of advantages that you feel one thing has is a comprehensive list of disadvantages for someone else's hands.
Right.
And knitting style really makes a difference.
It does indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know Kathy really likes using wooden needles.
I like bamboo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do
Yeah.
I. For long stretches of knitting, for like big long knitting sessions, the warmth and flexibility of wood is much kinder on my hands. If that is a definite truth.
And I would say that my Chiago bamboo needles are still, they're not as grippy and comforting feeling as some of the other bamboo needles I've tried. They're good, but they're actually not that much different than the metal needles, in my experience.
Well, I think Kathy was using is it Lykke? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Lykke.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah, she uses those.
I need to try those. I don't have any, and there's nothing like having an excuse to buy something, right?
Yeah.
well, when she
Don't we
came
have
to
them
visit,
all?
we got to each try the other's knitting needles and see.
I carried those in the shop for a little while. They are very much a luxury brand.
Yeah.
they're pricey.
They're pricey.
Yes, they are.
And none of my knitters tend to be highly educated and spendy in terms of their knitting stuff. The price wasn't justified in their experience.
Whoa.
They were just a luxury brand, but not in terms of their functionality. But I do know that many people absolutely love them. I did not have much luck with trying to get people interested in them.
Yeah.
I do have their interchangeable Tunisian crochet set, which I do like. If I'm using an interchangeable Tunisian crochet, those are what I use. I do have the Lykke Tunisian crochet set.
Oh, that's fun.
I like that all theirs were the different colors for the different kind of size things. Those were kind of
Oh, that's-
cool, a bunch of different colors. That was it was fun.
You might be thinking of Knitter's Pride rather than Lykke there.
Well, no, because she had one that was, they have different sets.
They have
And
them
then-
in different colors. Yeah, there's a
And
denim
this was
color, a
the
gray
different
color, a
sets.
rose
There's
color.
denim in there and
But they don't differ by.
Because
I thought you meant they differed by size. No.
no.
There are different finishes though. There's a,
Because I had to get the pink one to try that one because
oh yeah.
but I just got one needle. I did not get the whole set. I just got one needle.
So I'm going to need to purchase like a storage unit for my yarn that will go like on a wall. And I don't know. I'm thinking like a deep bookcase, something from IKEA probably. because I don't know. I would like to have my knitting around and behind me, kind of like you do, Cindy.
200 boxes of milk crates.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Is that just a regular bookcase behind you, Cindy, or is it?
This is a metal. It's two pieces. It's from here up, and then this base unit, and it's metal.
Okay.
I got it years ago. I've not seen one since.
Yeah, because I want something like with bottom drawers and stuff for notions and
Yeah,
cabinets.
because this has a door with shelves,
Yeah,
and then these are. Let me see if I can pull it.
yeah, little drawers. Yeah.
Well, they're not drawers. It's the whole thing comes out.
Oh wow. Oh, isn't that fun?
Oh.
It's like almost like a kind of a tool chest thing.
Oh, that's fancy. You like
So
that?
it was fancy, but I've had it for 20 years, maybe a little more.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do my research.
I would say pay attention to the depth of the shelves or the cubbies or something, so that it's got the space that you want to be able to store how you want to
Yeah,
store.
I need at least a foot, I would think.
Yeah.
I find if you put together the capital to open a yarn store, you'll have a lot of places to put your stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's what I found to be the case.
Solved. Yeah.
But do you have any
Maybe you
money
could buy
left?
some of the fixtures from Joanne Fabric and put those in.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they just went out of business.
Yeah, I get that Joanne's down the street from me. That's actually not a bad idea
Yeah.
because I'm sure they'd be willing to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that, Debbie. My knitting library is significantly larger than it has been. I'm really enjoying the knitting books. A lot from recommendations from all you folks. I'm just really enjoying them. So it'd be nice to have them out.
We just
I've
can't
got
sit and
for
knit
my-
and
for my-
read at the same time.
Yeah. For my books, well, we should be able to get knitting books on Audible. I mean, where somebody reads to us while we knit. That should be a thing.
A must.
I have a rolling. Well, I have two. Rolling library cart. That's where I have all my books.
Oh,
Great
that's fun.
idea.
Mhm.
It is a good idea because then the surface of it you could use for something.
Mhm.
So I also want to be able to have my sewing machines out, you know? That would be nice.
So you sew too?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
My mom was a seamstress when I was very young, before she became a nurse. So I kind of grew up underneath the sewing machine,
Uh-huh.
holding fabric. Yeah.
Well, I
How
pulled
big
together a
is
bunch
your
of things
room?
to show you that I've been working on. So I'm going to share what I'm working on, and then others can share what they've been working on also. Let's see. Here we go. So I started a pair of socks, I think I mentioned last week, and I'm using that short row colorwork diamond pattern that I developed and did a test swatch with.
Yeah.
And here's what they look like now.
Oh, that's cute. I
Oh,
love
how
that.
nice.
Nice.
It's
All
just-
right.
Like it, like it.
Fun.
So I'm halfway through the second round of diamonds. So
Mm.
see, but then yarn arrived for my new sweater. So I had to stop working on the sock and start working on the sweater. And oh, I'm missing a color. I'll be right back.
Ah,
Yeah, that's fun.
That's why I keep leaving. I keep forgetting things. All right. So this sweater is going to use that pattern. Just a second. The sweater is going to use the pattern I did in this pair of socks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be expanded so the bands are wider.
Mhm.
But other than that, it's the same idea of one color fading into the next.
Hmm.
And the top of the sweater will be this. It's Malabrigo Arroyo yarn, and I love
Oh.
yarn.
Uh-huh.
So this is the beginning of the sweater. As you see, it looks like the beginning of a Phrancko.
Yeah.
Look at all like a sweater, but that's the neck hole I'm looking through. And then the first color change will go into this red,
Mm.
and then go back into this orange. And from there, I'm going to go into this mottled purple, blue, red.
Oh, wow.
And from there, I go into blue,
Mm.
and then back
Oh,
into blue,
very nice.
back into blue,
Wow.
back
Uh-huh.
into here. And I think
Uh-huh.
that will be all the bands of the sweater all the way down.
Uh-huh.
So that's my plan. I'm really excited. I want to see. When I start a sweater, I always think, oh, I can't wait to see how it's going to turn out because I've just thought about it and planned it and swatched and everything. It's just fun to see when it finally starts to develop. But I had an interesting experience this morning. As you know, I've been working really the last year on the yoke pattern. And I've published 2 yoke sweaters. I've knitted 2 more, I think, that did not get published. And I mean, just because I didn't do them for publication. And so it's been about a year since I've knitted a regular Phrancko crew neck or any of the other Phrankkos that are common. So I got to the point where this is going to be a crew neck. I got to the point where you need to go pick up the cast on stitches to do the front side. You've done the back of the neckline, and now you need to do the front of the neckline. And the instruction, let me see if I can find it. Yes, the instruction for it is confusing. I know it's confusing. It reads, with wrong side facing and cast on edge of the left side at the top, using the needle emerging from the sweater's left side below and a separate strand of yarn for each piece, pick up purlwise and purl 31 stitches from the middle of each of the cast on row. Because I know that sentence is confusing, it's actually very accurate if you take it phrase by phrase, but because it's confusing, I did a whole video showing what that means phrase by phrase and how to do it. And that video is linked in the pattern. So you don't have to worry if you don't understand the instruction. But what was amusing to me this morning was when I got to that place, I couldn't figure out how to do it.
You
And you know what I
overthought it.
did? I went and watched my own video to see what was going wrong. Why didn't I know how to do it? And it was
You know, if you
this
email
was my
Frank, he's
story.
very helpful, and I'm sure he'd be willing to give you
Yeah.
some
It
pointers.
was extremely helpful. I understood exactly what to do after I watched my own video.
That is phenomenal, Frank.
And it was because I'd missed the very first phrase with wrong side facing. And I was looking at it with the right side facing.
Yeah.
It said, oh, you should be now looking at the left end. And I was looking at the right end. I thought, what's going on? I can't figure out what to do. Is the pattern wrong? After all these years, the pattern is wrong. I'm just discovering it. No, it was
No,
I
pattern's
forgot what I
fine.
was doing. And I wasn't careful the way I tell everybody to be careful.
Pattern's fine.
I just thought that was an amusing story I wanted to share with you.
That
I
is
thought you were going to say that you
amazing.
didn't put the marker on the right shoulder.
Oh, I did that. Absolutely. I knew which one was the right shoulder because I had that marker on it.
That saved your bottom right there.
That's right.
I do that section with a crochet hook. Because
Yeah.
my hands don't manipulate the do that with the
Oh.
pearls. So
Yeah, I like the crochet cast on,
yeah,
or I think it's sometimes
yeah.
a little more stable.
Well, actually, you mean the, do you mean the, what's it called? Provisional cast on crochet? Because it's not
No,
stable.
no,
I recommend not using
No,
a
it
Right.
doesn't.
provisional cast
No,
on.
the one I do it, just do it over the needle.
Oh,
You
okay.
do it over the needle, yeah.
But you're not
Right.
setting up stitches to also go in the other direction.
No.
no.
Mm-mm.
That's what I meant by provisional cast on.
No.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
The
no.
pattern calls for that under the arm where
Mm.
it doesn't have a lot of stress, but the shoulder needs the support of either a seam
Right.
or a cast on edge.
So
Frank.
my Phrancko.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Song.
No, um, did you, talking about Phrancko Sweater, do you have to do the swatch in the round? And since you've done that socks, did you use that socks to get your gauge?
No, I did not use the sock. I'm using different yarn than the sock.
Okay.
I had to do swatching, but actually I've used this yarn at least once before, so I already know
Oh,
the gauge. Um,
okay.
The answer to your first question is it depends on whether your knitting changes between knitting and the round. Does your gauge change between knitting and the round or knitting?
Mm,
Some people it changes a lot. Other
Mhm.
people have worked out where it doesn't change. And if it does change, then yes, you need to do some form of swatching in the round, whether it's knitting an actual sleeve or something, a cylinder.
mhm.
Or you can do that thing where you knit across and then
Okay.
slide the stitches to the other end of the circular needles and then bring it from behind and knit another row across where all
Okay.
the rows are knitted.
Okay.
But yeah, so I guess that's the
Mhm.
answer.
Thank you.
You
Yeah.
do need to do it to be very careful if you're not already aware of whether you knit separately
Mhm.
different cages for the two types, because almost all of the sweater is knitted in the round. So that's the important gauge.
So the safest thing to do is do a gauge swatch in the round
In the
if
round, yes,
if you don't know if
exactly.
you. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
It's
Mhm.
it's a good learning tool. So
Mhm.
what I did, Roxanne Richardson has a great video on swatching in the round. And I've used it and I'm like, well, son of a gun, doesn't that just work out well?
Mhm.
You like say cast on 30 stitches. Now you take when you're done with your knit row, you can take your active yarn that's coming from the ball and you 4.5 or 5 times the length of your stitches.
Mhm.
Now you can knit again and you knit from that length of stitches so that you're always knitting. You move your stitches to the other side of the needle so that your swatch is completely knit. Now
Right.
you will have a little bit of waste yarn on the left border,
Right.
right? But your whole swatch then is in the round. Now,
And you don't. Yeah.
and then you don't have to make a whole swatch in the round, or you could just make a 40 stitch in the round
Right.
swatch. That's fine too. Ron has a great practice swatch for the Phrancko.
Yeah.
If you
Seen
could
that.
do that, that's enough, in my opinion, where you don't have to swatch additionally.
Oh. But Ron's swatch is done in flat, isn't it?
Yes,
Okay.
you're on mute. You're on
It
mute,
is,
Ron.
yes, but you could come to each edge
Oh.
of the bottom section and work it in that way where the wrong side rows are.
Okay.
Nothing's stopping you. I'm
Yeah.
muting myself again.
Okay, bye. But yeah, it's not a bad idea to get an actual swatch in the round, see what those stitches look like,
Yeah.
do it flat, see what they look like.
Okay.
I would say 80 to 90% of all knitters have a different gauge in the flat and in the round.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're dealing with the bulk of your sweater being in the round, it's a very good number to know. And it's worth just leaving that swatch on the yarn. Don't cut it, don't anything. Wash it, block it, do everything, but leave it attached to the ball so that at the end, if you needed to, you could knit through that yarn onto the sweater.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, just
Okay.
I've suffered by not swatching enough. I've never suffered from over swatching.
Sung, it sounds like you're thinking of starting your first Phrancko sweater. Is that correct?
I am. I'm actually gonna do two. I'm gonna frog a sweater that I knitted that never really fit, and then I'm also doing a brand new with a brand new yarn. Yes, I am.
Do you know
I'm
what
just
neckline you're going to do?
for my husband, it will be the crew neck, and the one that I knitted for my daughter, it will be the mid crew neck.
Okay.
Not the yeah.
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 And you get both of those in the crew neck pattern.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. But it's okay. But they're different sizes, so
But they'll be
that's
different
okay.
sizes,
It's
so
fine.
you
It's
still
fine.
need two different patterns, but you choose
It's
crew
fine.
neck both times.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's fun. Making Phrankos really helped me improve my knitting, and it made me realize, like, I thought if I knit in the round or flat, it was the same. I wasn't. Right. So it got me on this journey over this almost 6 years now, 5.5 years, to just really improve my knitting, you know. And it has. Like, I couldn't be happier. This little group has been remarkable to my knitting.
Well, I finished my sock.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hi.
Oh wow, that's a
how
good
nice. Look at that. Wow.
So with the fish slip kiss heel. And I didn't do that adjusting thing of in case you have a higher instep, but it fits fine.
Oh,
So I'm
good.
happy.
Mhm.
So I just finished today, so I didn't start the other one yet. So very
Yeah.
good.
That's great.
Yeah.
But that gotta go all the way up to your knee almost.
Well, but I kind of like tall socks. Maybe my pants are too short. I don't know.
No, that's nice. It makes it nice and warm.
When you're living here, you need this kind of sock.
Yeah.
What kind of yarn is it, and what
Well,
weight?
this is the one from Ron's store, the Azula Squishy.
Oh, and what weight is that?
This is sock weight, I think.
Oh, so it's still a thin fabric.
Yeah, this does seem like kind of a more sturdy sock yarn than some others, but it's fine. Maybe because of the cashmere and I forgot what else is in here, but it's very soft, really soft.
Oh, that's nice. So you live in a colder climate?
So we live in New Mexico.
Oh,
We
okay.
got 5 inches of snow last night.
Oh,
my
wow.
Yeah. Oh boy. So it's 32 right now.
No, that's like
No.
it's 29 degrees where I am. Right?
Yeah. So flurrying on and off today, but so Kathy got to see more snow. So
Oh yeah. Colorado, Kathy.
yeah, that was so exciting to meet somebody that I haven't ever met anybody from Zoom before.
Oh,
So,
that's so much fun.
yeah. That looks good.
That's fun.
Jenny,
So-
we haven't seen what you've been working on for at least a couple of weeks. Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Jenny.
I have been mostly waiting for some yarn to turn up, which has finally turned up today.
Oh,
But
good.
in the meantime, I have been doing some very stripy socks.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
come on.
I love that color. Look at them. Oh, wow.
Those
So
are
what you
bright.
can't see, there's
Yeah.
pink and green and blue and purple
Oh,
Fabulous.
wow.
Love
and
that.
a bit of orange, yeah. So I've got a pair of stripy socks that I finished, and I'm just casting off a baby hat for the local hospital,
Uh-huh.
Ah,
Very
nice.
good.
the preemie unit. So yeah, but this will be finished tonight, and then tomorrow I'm finally going to start on my husband's jumper that was doing all the swatches on.
Yeah.
Good. Very
So,
good.
yeah, so I should be starting tomorrow on that. Very exciting.
Fun.
Wonderful.
Love to start.
Yes.
And what are you making, Susan?
Well, I'm working on a sweater called Vivi, V-I-V-I. It's by Hannah Falkenberg, and the company that she's no longer living, but the company that owns her patterns now is called Onling. We don't know how to say that here, but my German friend says it Ungling or something like that. It's Onling, but it's got little omelet dots over the O. It's Danish. And I am attracted to weird constructions. So this is knit on biases with garters,
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
wow.
good.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
trapezoid shapes by adding and decreasing and adding on every row. And yeah, you can't. I always modify sweaters, and I couldn't modify this one because I tried, and I didn't know my geometry well enough, and I had to rip the whole sleeve back that I tried to make longer because it was going to be off my arms by the time I got. So you knit the sleeve down to a certain point where you're increasing and decreasing, and then you go into a decrease only, which is what ends it up with this kind of
Wonderful.
yeah.
Wow.
Really, it's really kind of a strange construction, but kind of wider, and then so I finally just followed the pattern, and it's going to be good. And I'm on the second sleeve, so it may be finished.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
What yarn are you
That
using?
it's all one piece. Everything is like up. I'll do a seam under the arms, but that'll be the rest of it was so it was just kind of hilarious at the beginning. It was like a geometric origami puzzle.
Yeah.
But then pick up around the neck and do a little bind off.
Oh, wasn't that fun?
Thing.
Yeah.
I can hardly wait to get done with it because I've started swatching for this vision I have of doing a Phrancko sweater with cables. You know, I did the one with lace, but I thought if I could do one with cables and the cables would pull in and give it a little waist shape.
Oh.
So I'll grab my swatch. It's pretty close. This is not in the round because I wanted to kind of test the concept before I did in the round, and then I'll do it in the round. But basically, this is the same number of stitches, and you can see that it does pull in. So I'll be doing this for about maybe 4 or 5 inches and let it pull in to give a waist shaping. And then, but the rest of it will be the typical Phrancko in the round. So I haven't really settled in on what the cables are going to be. This is kind of just the top of where the cables will be, and then the cables will be below this. And it's probably going to take a bit more swatching because, like I said, it's just a concept, and I'm not exactly sure how the concept's going to work. Or if it's going to but the yarn would be pretty just plain. You know,
what yarn is that?
It's a local yarn to the local yarn shop in Tempe, Arizona called Desert Tweed, and they I don't know where they source their yarn, but they hand dye it, and
what fiber is it?
It's 100% merino. So they have a sock version with nylon and I think just nylon, maybe nylon and silk. but I think this one's just merino. It's a light fingering weight, so it should be decent to wear in the spring. Although I won't have it done this spring, but no, maybe next spring.
Nice.
What yarn is the blue and white one? What yarn was it?
Miss Babs.
Oh,
Miss Babs Flurries for the white and Starry Night for the blue. And I was shopping at a little yarn store in Minnesota when I saw the Miss Babs Starry Night and thought, oh, I have to do something with that. So I bought a couple skeins, not knowing what I was going to do. And then I saw this sweater on Facebook, I think, and I thought, oh, that's it. Luckily, Miss Babs had a white that went well with her blue.
I was going to mention I had, maybe you can see this. Can you see this? Is this something you can see? That was one of my students in my Phrancko class who used that concept of using a cable. This is a mock cable pattern, but to do the waist shaping. It's a thinner band that looks like you swatched there, but it is the exact same concept, and it worked beautifully. The sweater is lovely. The bust of the bodice into that waistline created by the change, by like re-gauging because of the goodbye fabric.
Yeah.
It's easier to be a knitter than a sewer. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you because
Thank
that's
you.
the concept that she used, and it turned out beautifully.
Yeah,
Beautifully.
And I kind of, when in my mind, I thought I don't want a raglan sweater. This is going to be more, to me, more shaped, more classic. It needs
it absolutely
in
is.
sleeves. And the minute I thought that, I thought, well, it's going to be a Phrancko for sure, because I'm not going to do all the pieces and all that.
While I'm here, I'll show you what I've been knitting. I'm making a Hesh hat.
Oh, how interesting.
Out of the yarn that I showed you last time that I had spun. Along with, thank you for zooming me out, my iPad. And this is Chiagoo from Mirasol with it.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah. So the hat is incredibly squishy. It's half Corriedale, half Rambouillet. The Rambouillet is with all those inclusions. So, and then I might make a matching cowl or something because there'll be quite a bit of, okay, quit zooming in and out. You're giving me vertigo. And I'm looking at stripes. So I'll have quite a bit left. I don't know, but it's cute. Hopefully I'll have that to share with you next time.
Do you have a line of Rambouillet that you sell?
No, I had a bag of Rambouillet sitting around.
Oh, okay.
Well, don't we all?
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Just go next door and pick up some of the Rambouillet.
Well, that Chiagoo yarn, I was out to dinner with friends this week, and a friend of mine who was a crocheter, she hugged me, and she wouldn't let go. She was like,
no.
"Oh
Get the
my
pepper spray.
goodness. Oh my goodness." And we're in a restaurant. She's just rubbing me. She goes, "What is this?" And it was that Chiagoo, right?
It's beautiful.
The softest,
yeah,
silkiest.
Yeah.
I love that yarn.
In case you thought it might be something you should scrub the dishes with because of how much Sumner likes it, it's not. It's incredibly soft and
so
squishy
soft.
and lofty. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a woolly yarn, but it's soft and luxurious and plush.
Silky. It's silkier than merino could ever dream being.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
So I like the hat. It's smooshy, and the construction is the same as the yarn that I spun. Well, it's a woolen prep that I spun in a worsted style, but it's whatever that means. But it's a nice complement to the hand spun. So I love it.
Well, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to be a sewer again. So on to mute.
And what are Wally and Debbie working on?
Okay. Wally's got a bunch of UFOs. Let me put. I'm at the bottom of my Phrancko.
Oh, boy.
So let's bring this up to readjust. There we go.
Oh, boy.
Oh, very nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great
Yeah.
quality.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Lovely.
These are on KnitPick needles, if you want to know.
Thank you.
I do have a set of everything here. And this is Valley Yarn I'm using, and it's 100, yeah, it's all wool. Yes, I got that. Next one here. Sumner and I will laugh at this one. I'm starting socks. Yeah. These are on 9-inch Chiagoos.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, those little bitty ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I also found a set of Chiagoo's 11.5-inch.
hmm.
And they're very nice. I like them too. So,
Yeah.
so
I don't even know
these-
how I would work that.
I work them. I don't get cramped either. I don't know why. So, and then what else am I working? Oh yeah, here's another one. This is a oh come on. Let's see. Okay, this is a bottom up, and this is a Elizabeth Zimmerman one. I'm going to be doing the kangaroo pouch sweater.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I'm
fun.
going to try that. Yep. So I got that. I'm doing that, and now, and this is what I'm doing. This is as far as I got with my crocheted Christmas thing.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Mm.
Oh, wow, that's
Oh,
huge.
that is so pretty.
Yeah, so,
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
spread.
beautiful.
yeah, it's the chevron. So
Yeah.
the two guys are over 6 foot, so it's going to be a very long blanket. That's what I'm working on.
Very good. Very good.
I don't do anything but this, so you get tired of one thing and you do another.
That's how I do it too.
Yeah.
So,
So
What's
How
Debbie
about you,
making?
Debbie?
Well, I'm making a sweater for my sister. It's just
Alright.
barely started, so that's the beginning part of it. So that goes around the yoke part, and then it will just be plain knitting for a while until the bottom. And it's out of Barocco Ultra Wool DK,
Yeah.
and the sweater name is Lorinda. So
I love that yarn. That's
Yeah, I love that Barocco.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Great yarn.
Oh, look at that.
and the
I wish it was a Phrancko, but
can you hold up the pattern again and the stitch pattern? I mean,
Yeah.
it's really beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Is it going to be all over?
no, this goes across the yoke piece, and then the
back
rest of it's just knit, and then it's going to be at the bottom of the sleeves and the bottom of the sweater.
Hmm.
So it's just like an accent in the sweater piece. I can show you that. This is
Oh, and
Yeah.
this is available on Ravelry, or you go to knitty.com or where?
I think I got it from Ravelry, but it is
It is.
knitty.com.
I put it in the chat. I
Oh,
put
okay,
the thing
great.
in the chat. If anybody
Thanks,
wants.
Cindy.
You were so
That
good.
was really, that's beautiful.
Fast, Cindy.
And what's song making?
I'm making swatches for the conference, and I have to get this done because I'll be going back to Chicago, and I don't think I'm going to have time.
Oh,
Because the conference is in the first weekend of April.
Oh, doing your homework before the conference.
Yeah, I
Very
have to.
good.
Yeah, I have to finish it up. But I also finished a little vest.
oh,
Oh, how
my-
nice. Look at
Oh,
my
that.
grandson.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
cute.
Some.
Is that
Very
for some baby
sweet.
you know?
Sorry,
Is that for some baby you know?
it's for my grandson.
How
Yeah.
old is he?
He's 1 year old.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's so sweet.
Yes, yes.
Well, I think that does it for us for another week.
yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you all for coming. It's been
Thank you.
another wonderful time to spend with you. So have a great week.
You
Thank
too.
you.
All right.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Everyone.
Happy
Wish you
knitting.
health
Yep.
and family health.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Thank you.